Man who police say admitted to killing his girlfriend and then burying her body in the backyard of a St. Roch home.
Travis, Gina, the family pretty much tells me that they are hurting today. They tell me the 24-year-old was a great person who absolutely loved family and had a bright future ahead of her. A grieving mother recounting the last time she spoke with her daughter as they discussed meeting up.
I was off this weekend. We was excited about it.
Nothing could prepare her for what would happen next.
She was only 24 years old, a shy, fun-loving young woman with dreams of becoming a certified nursing assistant and one day retiring her mother. She shared her goals on Facebook, posted loving videos with her boyfriend, and seemed to have her whole life ahead of her. But on a quiet summer evening, that same boyfriend made a call to police that left everyone stunned. He confessed to shooting her 8 times and burying her in the backyard. What led to this brutal and unthinkable act would unravel a story of love, silence, and a family left shattered. This wasn't a moment of rage or a crime of passion. It was premeditated, precise, and deeply personal. The man behind it wasn't a stranger in the shadows. He was the one holding her hand in photos, tagging her in posts, and pretending everything was perfect. But after Essence was gone, he didn't disappear. He took over her voice online, using her own social media to mask the horror of what he had done. What secrets were hidden behind their picture-perfect timeline? And how did no one realize the danger she was in until it was too late? Essence Peters, popularly known as Muffin, was born in December 2000 to her mother, Nakeshia Ruiz. She was a loving and caring daughter who brought warmth and light into her family's life. Essence was known for being fun-loving, though naturally shy. Her big heart matched her bright smile, and she held a deep affection for her family. Among her closest bonds was the one she shared with her younger sister, Charlia. The two were inseparable, and their connection was filled with love, laughter, and unwavering support for one another. By the age of 24, Essence had grown into a compassionate and determined young woman living in New Orleans. She was pursuing her goal of becoming a certified nursing assistant and was admired for her kindness and dedication to helping others. Although she worked in the housekeeping department at a nursing home, Essence found joy and purpose in her job. She had a strong work ethic and a gentle spirit that made her beloved by those around her. Outside of work, she found peace in reading urban fiction, creating makeup content on YouTube, and spending time with Charlia, who remained a constant presence in her life. Essence shared a deep and loving bond with her mother. Nakeshia once described her feelings in a heartfelt message, saying, "I was young and unsure of myself, but when I looked at you, I had hope. That was the first time I experienced real love. I learned to care for you, and your dad did as well. We got it together and did our best. You were my star, my muffin, his pumpkin, and now our angel. Love always and forever, Mom." Her words reflected the strength of their relationship and the pride she felt watching her daughter grow into a woman with dreams and a kind heart. Essence also never shied away from expressing her admiration and devotion to her mother. On June 27, 2025, she wrote in a Facebook post, "One of my biggest goals is to retire my mom. That would mean the world to me." She followed up with another post, tagging her mother and adding a love emoji. "It's gonna come, Mom, just let me get it together. One day you gon' be able to kick your feet up and won't have to worry about a thing. You gon' have people working under you." These messages revealed Essence's deep sense of responsibility and love for her mother, as well as her determination to create a better life for the both of them. Essence also had a committed relationship with her boyfriend, 24-year-old Benjamin Camp. Their relationship was public and affectionate, with Essence frequently posting pictures and videos of the two of them on social media. To those who followed her, it appeared she had a solid and loving partnership. Her life seemed to be filled with stability, hope, and meaningful relationships. With supportive family ties, a growing career path, and a strong relationship, Essence's future looked full of promise and happiness. However, everything changed on June 28, 2025. What should have been a quiet and ordinary summer Saturday instead became a nightmare for Essence's loved ones. In a single day, the bright future of a kind and dedicated young woman was shattered. The events of that day left her family devastated, caught between the memories of her laughter and the reality of an unexpected tragedy that none of them could have foreseen. Benjamin reportedly called the police around 6 p.m. on that Saturday and confessed to the killing. Without wasting any time, officers responded to the call and arrived at a home located on a quiet residential street. According to law enforcement, Benjamin admitted during the call that he had fatally shot his girlfriend and buried her body in the backyard. What began as a peaceful summer evening quickly spiraled into a horrifying scene, as officers uncovered a tragedy that would leave an entire community in shock. Essence Peters' life had been violently and senselessly taken by someone she once trusted and loved. Essence had been shot 8 times. After the fatal shooting, he attempted to conceal the crime by burying her body behind the house. The quiet neighborhood was suddenly the center of a devastating discovery. The loss was not the result of illness, accident, or misfortune. It was a deliberate act of violence that cut short the life of a woman who had so much more to give. Detectives quickly obtained a search warrant and began combing through the property. During their search, they located and uncovered Essence's remains, buried in the backyard, just as Benjamin had described. Medical services arrived shortly after police and confirmed that the young woman was deceased. Benjamin was immediately taken in for questioning. Following the investigation, authorities placed him under arrest. What had initially been a grim confession soon turned into a confirmed and disturbing crime scene, and the man Essence had once loved was now in police custody, accused of taking her life in cold blood. The news of Essence's slaying sent a wave of shock through the neighborhood. Residents who lived nearby struggled to comprehend the violence that had occurred so close to home. One of them, Augustine Carrero, expressed the deep sorrow and disbelief felt by many. "I feel so terribly for the woman and her family, and it seems just like a horror movie. This was a really young person, and it's terrible to know how her whole life was ahead of her. Domestic violence is more common than a lot of people recognize," he said. His words echoed the growing awareness that tragedies like this can happen anywhere and to anyone. For Essence's family, the grief is unimaginable. A daughter, sister, and partner had been taken from them in the most violent way possible. The vibrant young woman who once dreamed of retiring her mother, who loved helping others, and who shared joy with her family and friends, was no longer here. The weight of that absence hangs heavy. Her mother, Nakecia Ruiz, spoke through the pain, saying, "She was a loving person. She didn't deserve this." Her words serve as a reminder of Essence's kind spirit and the cruelty of her untimely end. As the investigation into Essence Peters' case unfolded, it became evident that she had been in a relationship with Benjamin Camp for some time. Although there had been a recent argument that led Essence to briefly move out of their shared residence a few weeks prior to her death, she had never mentioned any signs of abuse to her mother. Nakecia, now burdened with the weight of hindsight, expressed her sorrow over not knowing more. She wished her daughter had opened up about any trouble in the relationship and hopes that others can learn from the heartbreaking silence that preceded this tragedy. Nakecia recalled the last time she saw her daughter during a FaceTime call on the morning of the murder. They had made plans for the day. "I FaceTimed her around 10:30 in the morning. We talked. I told her I was going to come get her to braid her hair," Nakecia told reporters. It was a conversation filled with the ordinary warmth of a mother and daughter, unaware of the darkness that was already closing in. That call would be the final time Nakecia would speak to her daughter alive. What followed was even more disturbing. Nakecia stated that on Thursday she tried to reach Essence again but received no answer. Later that day, a message came through on Facebook. At first, Nakecia believed it was from her daughter, but would later learn it was not Essence writing at all. Benjamin had reportedly used Essence's account to send the message, hiding the brutal truth of what had already occurred. The realization that someone else had posed as her daughter in the hours following her slaying added another layer of horror to an already devastating situation. Nakecia admitted that Essence never told her about any violent incidents involving Benjamin. Although the earlier argument had caused her daughter to move out for a few days, she never suspected that things could escalate to such a fatal outcome. Now, in the midst of her grief, she urges others to be vigilant. When you see that first sign, just go. Just get out. The first chance you have, talk to your family. Let your family know what's going on. Don't hide anything, Nikesha said. Her message serves as a heartfelt plea to others who may be suffering in silence. Authorities have since charged Benjamin Camp with second-degree murder, and his bond has been set at $1.2 million. Essence's tragic end now joins the growing list of young women in America whose lives have been taken through intimate partner violence. Statistics show that more than 1 in 3 women in the United States experience some form of domestic violence in their lifetime, a crisis that continues to claim lives and devastate families across the nation. Essence's case is a sobering reminder of this harsh reality. As the investigation moves forward, Essence's family is left to carry the unbearable weight of their loss. They remember her not just as a victim, but as a daughter, sister, and friend who filled their lives with love and laughter. Her dreams, her ambition, and the joy she brought into the world were cut short far too soon. In their grief, they hold tightly to her memory, even as they struggle to make sense of the senseless. What are your thoughts about this tragic story? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe for upcoming episodes. Your support is greatly appreciated. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next episode.